to a high standard production.
Yo, all right, man. Welcome back to another episode of the Geek Set Podcast, the only podcast that blend hip-hop culture and geek culture together. I'm your boy Deuces, and this is One-on-One with Deuces, where I speak with the creators, curators, and people you should know. And right now, man, I'm speaking with somebody that I truly 100% respect, somebody that I see that grind, man, somebody that I've been a fan of, man. I'm speaking with East St. Louis own Tahir Moore. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How about yourself, bro?
Man, you know what? I'm doing great, man. Just out here, working in this COVID situation.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, you actually are one of the inspirations of this show.
Oh, snap. Appreciate it, man.
So I was telling Kev this just in general. Like, I started this show during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that I did when we started this podcast, we was like, all right, so we need to start generating some income. And I'm like, all right, so how am I going to do that? And then I was like, man, we can jump into Patreon. But I was like, man, we've been offering this free for so long. I don't know how that transition is going to happen, right? And so, I'm part of the Scary Squad.
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro.
I'm part of the stage crew. So I've been a fan of y'all for a grip. And when I saw like how when Kev moved from Racing Studio to New Studio and the things that their fans did, right? And then I was like, all right. And then you and Patrick, y'all started Damn Internet Scary. Y'all started the Scary Squad. And then I saw how engaged they were. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and jump out and do it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And so then, we started doing it. Now, we're making small leeways and everything. But it was just one of those things I was like, you know what? Now is the time to do it. And then I started one-on-ones during COVID. I was like, I want to branch out and do more. And, so I started these one-on-ones during COVID, and I was able to get, some dope guests on there. And it was just one of those things where I started seeing, like, watching how you grind, how the things that you started, because, you were a touring comedian. Are a touring comedian, but when things slowed down, you didn't slow down. And I was like, you know what? I got to make sure I'm working like that.
Yeah, it was a big thing to be able to pivot like that. And I'm grateful that I had the resources to do it, man, because you're right. I was a touring comedian. Right now, I'm touring the house, from the living room to the bedroom to the bathroom. But I think success favors those that are fluid, those that are able to change like that, and those are able to, shift really quickly. Because you're not going to things aren't always going to go as expected or as planned. So you can either sit back and talk about how unfair it is, or you can figure out a way to adjust. And I just took it upon myself to just start talking with my friends, and was able to maneuver that into a nighttime show, and started doing other things and other endeavors to supplement that income that I was missing from touring.
Yeah. And that's that grind. And I'm gonna go ahead and say that's part of a Midwest thing. So I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay.
So right there with you and everything.
Yeah.
But it was like, just like seeing that grind and seeing that, I'm like, yo, like, this is a black man that is out here doing his thing, who been through a whole lot. Like, your story is crazy. And I know you said it a couple of times. You said when you're ready, you probably, map it out, either, do a book or something in regards to it. But your story in general is just crazy, from everything that you went through, from everything that you made it from, because you were in a situation where that could have consumed you. And, and it could have, your life could have went down a way different path. And so
absolutely,
to me, like, that was so dope. And it was funny because, like, I think me watching you so much, as far as like what you guys have been creating and listening to the squad cast and the Zooming with the homies and everything, I felt like I've seen your growth with your story, because, like, you opened up a lot just about how, like, like how closed in you were because of the things that you've been through. And I know Kev helped you out a lot, and just like your friends and your peers helped you, open up a little bit more to that. But it was like I seen that, you know, and it was like it makes your fan base feel so more connected to you. And I think that that's where it's dope too, because it's like now I'm invested in you winning. It's like when I see you win, I'm like, yes, there we go.
I appreciate that, man. It's a rarity that men go into adulthood knowing how to communicate and express their feelings. Mainly because a lot of us weren't raised that way. You know, as a man, you aren't raised to talk about what's wrong. You know, you think back when you were a kid and you would fall, you know, your people around you would tell you, you're a big boy, you don't cry. You bigger, get up, you'll be okay. So we're not taught to embrace our feelings and our emotions. So for a lot of us, we have to learn later on in life, and it's just having the right people around you to make you feel like you have a safe space to be vulnerable. You have a safe space to express yourself. And, you know, I feel like that can really help a lot of people, man, because I feel like a lot of fights and disagreements and misunderstandings happening because guys can't communicate well. You know, so somebody steps on your shoe, instead of communicating, bro, what are you doing? Like, watch out. And them reciprocating that, being like, yo, my bad, bro, I wasn't trying to do that. Like, it turns into a heated situation and potentially a violent situation because we don't know how to communicate effectively when we experience our feelings being hurt or feel like we experience some type of disrespect. We don't know how to communicate that effectively without leading to violence. So I think it's very important that a lot of people learn how to communicate, man. And like I said, I was just blessed to find a group that embraced me and also made it comfortable, even with all the jokes that we throw at each other, made it comfortable to be vulnerable in front of each other, man. I think it's very important. And also I want to say that, man, I didn't even know that you were part of the Scary Squad. Me doing this interview is from, you know, people like Kev and Tony and a list of others showing me that graciousness and blessing me on my shows and stuff like that. So this was me just trying to pay it forward, you know, like I still don't see myself as nobody that somebody would want to hear from, you know what I mean? And also, like, I'm on vacation right now. My wife has been very adamant about me not doing any work. So like, and I told her I had to do this. She was like, okay, but this is it today. You ain't doing no more work, because she knows, like, I'm a workhorse. I love working, bro. Like, I love the feeling I get when I succeed in something and when I accomplish something and I set goals and I knock them out. So for me to relax right now, this whole week has been a blessing, but it's also been so weird because all I know and all I'm conditioned to know is to work. So it's important that, you know, as entrepreneurs and upstarters of businesses, we take time out for self-care, because even though I've been anxious all week to get back to shooting and recording and editing, taking this time off, spending it with the family, you know, just sitting poolside or in the jacuzzi, waking up and going to the jacuzzi, listening to audio books has been a blessing, man. And so I also want to drop that little nugget too, man. Take care of yourself right now.
Yeah, that's very important. It's like, you know, like I'm working from home right now, so you know, I'm still got my 9 to 5 while I'm doing this until things get to a better situation. But because of that, I kind of like work out my studio sometimes. So like, this is our new studio we're building. So you know, unfortunately we don't have everything set up, but we're building like a whole set and everything. Yeah. But it's one of those things that I was like, you know, the studio it helps me escape, because that's one of the things we talked about too. I know that during this COVID, when everything's hit, you were still booking yourself into a hotel sometimes just so y'all can miss each other sometimes, you and your wife. I thought that was a dope idea, dope concept, because I was like, yes, sometimes it's okay not to be okay with just being with somebody 24/7. Sometimes you need space so you can miss them. You know, when you're a traveling comedian as you are, you have that time to miss each other. You know, when you guys get together, that time spent with each other is very more precious and more valuable. So I thought that was a pretty dope idea that you put out there.
Hell yeah, man. I'm an asshole. Don't nobody want to spend all their time with me. I'm moody as hell. Entertainers and comedians alike, man. I know comedians for sure, man. We are moody, you know, like everything be good, and then we'll see something that we feel like we should have got, or, you know, watch a movie like, man, I could have killed that role, and think about the audition that we might have got, man, and just change the whole vibe, man. So I'm not always like that, but I definitely can get moody, man. I definitely can be an asshole. So, you know, just to give them a break too, man, from me, because, you know, I'm a lot, bro. I'm a lot. And a lot of people don't get to see that, but my family sees it a lot more now, especially since we're on lockdown. than anyone else. So like, it's also to give her a break from me, man. Shit, I'm an asshole.
So question. One of the things that I never seen nobody ask you, and I'm surprised, but it was like, have you ever thought about, or have you already put out music seriously? Because you got bars, bro.
I
Like,
appreciate it.
like
I'm actually writing right now. That was one of the goals this week was to finish the EP. I'm working with this producer out of London, and he sent me so many beats, man. He's been sending me beats since the beginning of quarantine, and I've been like, I got you. At first, it was like I didn't have a place to record it.
Right.
And then the next part was like, I was so busy with everything else, I didn't carve out any time to actually make these songs. And I don't want to just be rapping on the shit. Like, if I'm gonna do it, because it's gonna be an EP, and I'll probably put it out for free just somewhere people can download, because I don't know if all the samples got cleared. I know he did most of the music himself, but I think it's a couple samples. Like, he just sent me one with the Sade sample. It's crazy. So I'm definitely gonna probably just put it on that piff and not try to, monetize off of it. But yeah, man, I'm definitely trying to do something with that. I haven't decided on what sound I want to go. I don't want it to just be rap. So, I definitely gonna be some bars there, but it's also gonna be something that you just throw on and just ride to. It's like, Currency is one of my favorite rappers, so it's definitely gonna be in the vein of that, but it might be in the vein of like a little Bryson Tiller too. Just kind of very Currency / trap soul is probably what it's gonna sound like.
Find out Tahir got vocals, bro.
I mean, I can hold a note, bro. That's what a producer in the studio is gonna really come into handy right there. Somebody that can blend it and make it sound like that. But yeah, I can hold a note.
That's the same thing I did. Like, I'm an artist as well, and like I put out this album called My Unapologetic Black Thoughts, and it was more so stemmed from everything that's going on in America, right?
Yeah.
Everything, and so like, it stemmed from a spoken word piece that I did. But it was one of those things I was like, I don't want it just to be, black like that, like, because I was like, I do want that message to come through, but I want it to be digestible. And the producer that I was working with, same thing. He brought it out me, so there was harmonizing in it. There was certain.
Exactly.
It got a really great reception of it. Sway's Universe rocked with it and everything. So
I saw the video. You were in the car, right?
Oh, you saw the live?
Yeah. I saw that one. Yeah, man. I do a little research, man. You got to know who show you coming on. You're like, man, I get on here, you start asking me some stuff about threesomes. I'm like, whoa, we didn't talk about any of this.
Wait,
gotta pay for that.
Do I gotta be worried about the research today? Because I watch your show, so I know when you do this. Tell me about this picture. Yeah, I know about.
No, man. I do that. Like, as the interview goes on, I open a little bit more. I haven't had a drink yet. I just had coffee yet, so I'm a warm up to it. But I won't. Like, that's typically stuff I do with people I'm closer to, because they know my energy. They know that it's not done in malice or any type of ill will. It's all for jokes and stuff. But like, you can't joke with everybody, man. And like, that's why I be trying to tell people on like some of the other shows. It's like, with Roast Me, man, we go at each other hard, but we also have relationships with each other. Like, we all are friends, either from the stage or from shooting and stuff like that. So sometimes when people say wild shit to us, it'd be like, bro, you don't even know me like that. Like, you wouldn't just randomly go up to somebody and start roasting them. Some people would. Some people, Chicago, New York, might be still do that type of shit. But like, most people wouldn't do that to a random person. But the flip side is that, when you put yourself out there as an entertainer, as a public figure, you give so much of your life to the public. They do feel like they know you. So I might not know that person, but they feel like they know me well enough to roast me. And then they see everybody else roasting, and it's just like, they just fall in line. So I try not to take it too hard, and I'll address it once or twice. But for the most part, it is what it is, man. But I try to make a very distinct difference in the way I do my show, so people would know, like, this isn't roast me. You know what I'm saying? We coming on here, like, we're Zooming with the homies. We coming on there. We might be talking about real stuff. It might get into relationships. It might be into the comedy game. It's about business and knowing your business, and how to set up your LLC versus an S corp versus a C corp. How much money to take out for taxes and set aside, because then taxes would get your goof ass. To everything, and possibly including roast me. But it's a gamut. It's not just one thing. So I try to make that distinct difference to let people know this is something different, man. Like, what I'm saying? Like, we have fun, but we also drop knowledge, because I feel like as entertainers, anytime you have a platform and people are listening, it's your responsibility to not only entertain them, but also educate them, man. So like, use your platform responsibly.
Man, you know what? And that's I think is one of the biggest draw to that show. So I started like binging a whole bunch of the Zooming with the Homies. So I kind of got on it late. I was watching everything else y'all was doing, but I didn't really jump into that. But one of my favorite Zooming with the Homies was the one with Leslie Jones because man, the ways just in general, how passionate she talked about just like black people prevailing, and then how she was talking about how she was trying to set up Tony Baker for SNL. And I was just like, yo, I was like, if I already like Leslie Jones, but that made me love her character and as a person and her morals even more, because I'm just like, you know, we know in this world, like that's not the same for us at all the time. And when you meet somebody like a Leslie Jones or like a Kev on stage, or just, you know, somebody you know who's gonna go hard for you even without you asking them, that is people that you have to cherish and that you have to protect. And I thought that was so dope because you don't see that from you don't get that side of people all the time. Like some people who may only know Leslie Jones from SNL, they may have never seen that part or knew that she, you know, like her and Keenan, you know, think like that or, you know, champion people like that. So her put that out on your platform, I thought was super dope.
Yeah, man. It's dope, man. I didn't even know Leslie was a fan of mine until one of my people like tagged me in a video, and she, you know, said some really kind words about me and highlighted my videos and things like that. And so when I reached out to her, it was basically what you did, man. It was a cold call. I mean, we had seen each other in passing, and we worked with a lot of the same people, but we didn't have like a relationship like that. But I wanted to book her on the show so much that I even changed the time. The time slot was 9 to 11. I switched it to 7 to 9 for her because she was on the East Coast, and we've been like that ever since. So, you know, with anything, man, it's all about being fluid. And also, like, I've been working with Ryan Funches, trying to get him on Wording Is Hard. He reached out when I did the TI one, and he really liked the show. He wanted to do it, but then COVID, you know, picked back up, and the Shelter Inn picked back up. And so, you know, I've been working with a couple people who are, I think, you know, being receptive to the content that I'm putting out. But also, man, like I get a lot of no's, bro, or people who just don't respond. Like I got D Smoke's phone number in my phone, bro. Like I text, bro, you know, a couple times, well, not a year, like when the album dropped, I text him like a couple weeks after that, like we talk. But, you know, like I've invited him to the show, but I know he got a lot going on. So I never take it personally, bro. Like I know it's going to happen when it's going to happen. The right people are watching what's going on. Right people are going to see what's going on. And I just keep moving, dude. Like, because what Tony Baker has in his favor is his work ethic. Like if you go to his page, you know, he put out 6 videos a day, you know, on top of other stuff. And Kev the same way, and I'm the same way. And I think when your work ethic precedes you, people know you for that, then everything else is gonna fall in place. Like I've had like 3 companies hit me up, want to package me, and, you know, wonder what else I got working on or what other golden eggs I'm working on, and they want to work with me because they see the potential. And it's like I didn't reach out to them. And I never expected them to reach out to me, but it's just literally just from working, bro. Like, just keep working. Like, you keep making noise. Some people are going to start to take notice, and then the right people will start to take notice. But keep working, keep building. Like, I had no idea that the fan base, like, I'm almost at 60,000. I'm almost at the same amount of subscribers on my personal page as I am on Damn Internet You Scary. Damn Internet You Scary is like 62.4 thousand. And 62,400, and I think my personal page is like 59,700. When I started this year, I was at 3,400, and that's just all over the course of mainly the quarantine, really, because we've been locked down since the beginning of March. So it's just like constantly putting out content, you know, staying consistent with the content and being true to who I am. Like I never hopped on like the putting girls' booties and titties all in my videos on Instagram. That just wasn't my thing. Aside of me having a daughter, it just never was my thing. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't shade to anybody that did it, but that's just that wasn't the following that I wanted, because, you know, like Currency says, man, the reason he could walk through the crowd and smoke weed with his fans and ain't got to worry about nobody snatching his jewelry is because the energy that he puts out in his music, that's what comes to his concert. So he put out a chill, low key, just a good vibe, good energy type of music. That's for the people that are gonna come. So like I've always wanted to put out that energy in my content. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want, you know, dudes coming to a live show just because they know it's gonna be bad chicks there and the chicks are gonna be dressed very provocative and they can do some wild shit. Like I want people to come just to have a good time, laugh, go home feeling like they spent their money on something that, you know, was, you know, worth it. So I've always just kind of had that mindset with it. And I just like, I'm going to work. I'm going to build it up. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it gets frustrating. You know, like I look at Kev, he'll post a video and he got 40,000 views in like 10 minutes. And I post a video and I may get 30,000 views for the whole day. But I remember when I was posting a video and I was getting 5,000 views for the whole day. So like I see the growth. It's incremental, but sometimes you have to take a step back and see how far you've come to appreciate that. Another good thing to do for anybody in entertainment or, you know, is a, you know, entrepreneur is write out a resume of all the things that you've done, not like just job wise, but like all the things that you've done in that field that you're shooting in, and see how much you've accomplished. And sometimes that'll give you that sense of accomplishments and goals being done, because you'll forget, like I said, these goals are incremental. So sometimes like they're clustered so far, so close together, you don't realize how much you've accomplished. But you write down that resume, like I did this. Oh shit, I forgot about this. Oh shit, and I met this, I had this person on there. And you be like, damn, okay, I am on it. I just got to go a little further. So, you know, those type of things help when you're doing it. And I'm gonna switch it up because I know like we want to get the views on this one. So just do something wild real quick. Just to get the views up. This be the thumbnail. I already had the candle burning just right there. Look. Woo. 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 That's your thumbnail right there. You know what I'm saying? So now we got a reason.
Right.
Trying to get the views up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what's funny? That's real talk, because it's funny. Like, so I tell my team all the time, because like, so when I got some dope people that I did these interviews with. I did Gene Ellie right in the midst of Insecure. I got Timothy De La Ghetto. I got Kev on stage. And so like, you know, from the outside looking in, people was like, oh man, y'all about to skyrocket. And like right now, like I think my highest view video is around like 27,000. I mean, 2,700, not 1,000, 2,700, right? So it's just like, but I have so much faith in it that I said, you know what? I'm okay with that, because you know what? The way it looks and the grind that I'm putting in is going to pay off, because once somebody pays attention and like, wait, what is going on here? And they look at the lineup, they're going to be like, oh shit. Like, and then, you know what I'm saying? They go through that bingeable content. And then that's when that starts picking up. Because same thing, I kind of cold call to a couple of people. There's a couple of people who I've talked to that are like, oh, I got you, we gonna do it. But then we haven't really got a chance to set it up. There's some people who just never responded. But it's like, I same as you. I don't take it personal. I just keep on shooting. You know, like I'm Kobe in here. I'm just gonna keep on shooting. You know, because you know, like I said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So I'm gonna take these shots and I'm gonna keep on going, because then I do end up getting dope people like you and Kev and the people that I've gotten, because it's like, you know what, I'm still gonna take that time and make sure it's the best content. And because I'm fans of y'all and everybody that I've interviewed so far, I've been fans of. It's a more interesting conversation, because it's not just like, all right, you know, so you from St. Louis, what's going on in St. Louis? Like, it's not shit like that. It's really shit about what's going on. And then that conversation is not only interesting to my people that I'm interested that I'm bringing to, but now your fans is getting something to it, because it's like, oh, you know what, this is a Tahir interview, but it's not like the regular ones. It's not like the same shit that I heard him say, you know, when he got interviewed in this place. So, you know, I think that that's super dope. You know, one second. All good.
Hold on, like I said, we got to get the views up on this one real quick. So, come on, just right here. Come here.
Oh, what up? Hey, I got the fam here.
Okay, now just give him a little twerk, babe. This is the show I'm doing. We're gonna get the views up. I just poured wax on my chest.
Pour wax in?
I did. It's right there. So just give him a little twerk, babe, so we can get the views up.
Get the views up.
Yeah, I want. Yeah, pull them up just a little bit. Yeah, give him a little twerk. Okay.
Shout out to
Okay. Now,
low key, I love y'all love, man, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the way you talk about her and the way that shit came, man, like Black love is beautiful, bro. And you know what I'm saying? I love that, you know, like that has like she has played such a big part in your growth in your life, you know. And
she definitely has.
Yeah.
I couldn't do what she's done. She's way stronger than me. I would always say that women are way stronger than men, period. If I couldn't go through a period every month, bro, I would die. You understand me? I would have a period for like 6 months. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to check up out of here, man. I can't. Women are so strong, man. and she has to deal with me. Like I say, I'm moody, always working, always got my phone in my hand, and she has dealt with me through all of that to where I am now, where I'm a lot better. Because before I didn't know how to express myself, man. Like I didn't get into therapy until I got with her, and I had to learn how to talk more, express myself until I got with her, and it was for her and for my daughter, because I was a tyrant. Like I was raised, you know, when an adult tell you to do something, you do it right away. Like my daughter is not that type. She don't move on nobody's like time except hers. And I'd be like even to this day, it still kind of frustrates me. But long as the job gets done, I had to learn how to like, pull back a little bit on the reins and let her find a way. So long as she understands what's going on and what I need her to do, I just kind of let her, live her life a little bit and be a little more lenient to it.
Did you know that you still have your Crunk playlist live on your page?
Yeah. I think I made it live. I went through and made a lot of my old playlists live for other people, because I started doing the quarantine and chill playlist, and people was like, "You got any other playlists? That's just a different vibe." And so I had made a whole lot of them live. Like I got some '90s playlists. I got a New York swing, New Jack Swing playlist, old school crunk playlist. I got a Night Riders. I put out the music, man. Like, I feel like music is a lot of times like my love language, bro. Like that's how people get through to me, because like a lot of times when I don't feel like talking, I'll let the music talk for me. And I feel like there's a song for any and every situation that you're going through. I remember when I had when the old girl was pregnant with my son when I was 14, I listened to Silk the Shocker and Fiend off of Charge It to the Game. It was a song called Don't Want to Be Here If I Don't Got It. Yep. I listened to that song damn near every day.
Listen, I was the biggest No Limit fan in the world. I'm talking about, I had a tank. I used to wear fatigues. I mean, I'm talking about like I bought Gambino's Family. Doug. I would get those CDs. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get that. I will go to the. I had so much, like like Magic. I feel like, so I tell people all the time, if you a No Limit fan, or if you wasn't a big No Limit fan, Magic Sky's the Limit album was so slept on, slept on. And
bro, let me show you something, dog. Let me share your screen real quick. I mean, not share the screen, but like give permission to share the screen. It's on screen. I mean, share screen. If you click that, it'll give you options like multiple people share the screen.
All right, so this is all right. There we go. Share screen. Okay, multiple. All right, boom.
All right. So let me show you something, bro. Hold on. We talking about No Limit, bro. Hold up, bro.
Hold up. Let me show you.
Hold on, bro. Look at this. C-Merc, X, Old True. Look at this. This is the first Silk the Shocker right here, bro. Shock the world, bro.
I heard you talking. Hey, props to you, because you was defending Silk recently.
Oh, yeah.
They was trying to shit on Silk. I think
not on my watch. Not on my watch, bro. Kane and Abel. This is the second Abel. My brother's keeper. Yes. Fire. Yes. All smackers. And that first album was solid too.
Yeah.
Mac was one of the dopest lyricists on No Limit. Goddamn me. I had the Tank compilation. Yeah. When I tell you, like
all them albums, same thing. I'm with you. You.
I had all the ones that you talked about too. Gambino Family, Skullduggery. I even had, what was the dude's name? He was so trash, man. He had like a Jaguar on the front of it. Damn, I can't think of his name. He was really good at making sure they had one hit song. That was it, one hit song. And if you couldn't bring nothing else to the table, you already signed. He's still gonna get the money out of you. But that, man, it was some.
And you'll get a soldier song. You'll get a soldier song.
Absolutely.
Nigga, what? I'm a soldier, or bitch, I'm a soldier, or some shit. You'll get everybody on there. You'll get that one song. But have you been watching No Limit Chronicles?
Nah, I haven't watched it. What's that on?
It's on BET. So they've been doing. It's a docu-series, a 5-part series on BET, and it's pretty much all No Limit. But Snoop was talking about it, and he was like, the reason why they pumped out so much. Master P would have like it would be like multiple studios, everybody would be in there, and then Snoop was like, you'll go in one, kind of like how Cole did the Dreamville shit. He was like, you go in one studio, you record, you go out, then you might have to lay a verse on this one. He was like, we didn't have time to even like redo the takes. We would just drop it and let the engineer fuck with it and just go. He was like, but the way you'll do it is you'll go in one room and it'll be like, all right, this is Fiend's album. And everybody focus on Fiend's album. Then you go to the next room, all right, we focusing on Mia X album. And then the next room, that's how they pumped out so much and why there was so many features and different random features because they was just working. And then they even showed like a clip of Mia X. And she was like, yeah, I'm tired. It's like a marathon in this motherfucker.
It's crazy that they were able to pump out that much and they still was able to get like quality verses. Like I was just listening to the Thing this morning before the show. I didn't even know he was gonna get on No Limit, but the song he had Slanging with Bun B, Pimp C, and Master P on that joint, and Bun B comes in and just rips it. I was like, oh, this nigga was on it, dog.
No,
damn.
No Limit. Like I said, I was so No Limit that when Cash Money came out, I was hating on them for the first year because I was like, nah, it's soldiers or nothing.
Me too. I'm like Reeboks, bro. Nah, bro. We got the felines.
Yeah.
On the bottom, my boy. I was hella No Limit. I was at Best Buy every Tuesday, catching the bus up to Best Buy every Tuesday to go get the newest No Limit album because the albums was to drop on Tuesday. That's how real I was.
Me too.
I'm talking buying albums. On the way home, I got my CD player on my lap. I got the anti-skip protection, 4 bars up. I'm out here reading the inside of the CD booklet. Ooh, okay, Mr. Cornell. Bro, I was really with the shit, bro.
Remember the CD wallets? Had to have the CD wallet with the other CDs in there? Like,
yes, all of that, bro. On the bus with that shit, bro. I was really about that life, man. Every day, so.
You know one thing I did agree with you on one of your unpopular opinions. So I tell everybody the one restaurant that I would never get rid of, and I know it's trash for me, but I still love it, is Taco Bell. I fuck with Taco Bell. So you said it was. I wouldn't go as far as say it's the best Mexican food, but it's reliable.
The caveat was it was the best Mexican food for that price point. That's you got that price point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I was saying. So, but yeah, man, with unpopular opinion, you got to come up with some wild shit. But also, that is how I feel. I love Taco Bell. I would always choose Taco Bell over like Del Taco when it comes to like getting Mexican food. And if you're on a budget, you can't just go to Chipotle. Hell, but at Chipotle, you're gonna pay $8-10 just for the burrito. Like, bro, $18, I can get 86 tacos from Taco Bell for $10, bro. Why would I ever? What are you saying, bro?
Bitches, man, like that's crazy. But yeah, I think that's another thing that you get so invested in what you guys do is because you have those things like great taste and unpopular opinion, where you guys get to really champion stuff, and you can tell where there's ones that you guys just had to pick something because that's the options, but you can tell the ones that you are very passionate about. Yeah, I know, I tell everybody who knows Doughboy this. Doughboy has the worst hot takes ever. But I can tell when it comes to hip hop, like that's something that's near and dear to you because anytime like when Doughboy was trying to say Nicki Minaj is the greatest ever, like the facts that you threw at him and the way you threw them facts at him, I was like, oh yeah, this is my type of guy because he knows hip hop, So, and I like to say, you can tell the ones that you are passionate about. And I think that's why your guys' fan base goes so hard because we watch so much content from you guys.
Yeah, man. I was thinking back, I started working with All Def, I want to say 2016. And so that's 4 years with them. And we cranked out so much content in that 4 years. I didn't even you just do it. It was literally like no limit. We would have, when we were downtown, we had 2 studios, 3 studios and 3 sound stages. You would go from one shoot to another shoot and go upstairs to the other shoots up there because somebody else might be doing something with some artists, arts and raps or great taste, and then Roast Me. Like when we shot Roast Me, bro, Roast Me was such an expensive production. We had to shoot 4 other things with it that day. So we would shoot 4 episodes of Great Taste and then 1 full hour-long episode of Roast Me just to make it make sense on paper financially. So it's bro, we did so much content and was just shooting in bulk so much, shit would come out and I forgot I had did it because we had did that shit maybe 2 months prior to. Right. And you just run through so many jokes just off the top of your dome and you forget that you say, people will come up to me and like, remember you said such and such and such? I'm like, no. No, I don't. I don't remember that. A lot of times when I'm on stage, if I'm just riffing on stage, when I'm hosting, I might do some jokes that I know will work, but then I also just working on new shit or I'm just talking on my ass and stuff. That when I be talking on my ass, bro, I always forget to record it, and that'd be some of my best gold. And I just it'll come back. You know what I mean? It will. So
it's kind of like a freestyle, man. The true art of freestyling. There's been where like you're chilling with the homies, or even if you get put on the spot, sometimes like it's like you get put on the spot and you start spitting some bars and going off, and the next thing you know, you're like, damn, I can't remember any of that shit, but I know it was fire because the crowd was fucking with me, or the people that was listening was fucking with me and stuff like that. So it's just like it's one of those things. It's like you kind of it's like damn.
Very much.
Yeah.
Very much, man.
Doc, so you really play tennis?
Yeah, I would play. I had private lessons when I was in middle school. My mom, everybody else signed up for basketball, football, everything else. My mom wouldn't let me play contact sports growing up because I had asthma. So she had me sign up for tennis. So I was in the summer program called NYSP, National Youth Sports Program or something like that. And yeah, man. So I had been playing tennis since like 7th grade. I want to say, like 7th grade. And then I was also in all-city band too. So like I would get off from tennis practice and then I would have to go to all-city band practice. I'm like literally, I was on rollerblades with a goddamn tennis sax. Actually, no, I still had my bass clarinet in 7th grade. Yeah. So yeah, I was rollerblading with a racket in my backpack, and I had my bass clarinet. And I'm just thinking about just now, because I hadn't really thought about this. I'm thinking about how the people used to look at me when I got on the bus, and they're just like, yo, what the fuck is dude doing, man? It's goofy. Because I mean, I'm coming from East St. Louis, bro. Like, yeah, bro, like nobody's playing sports like that. I mean, yeah, nobody's playing tennis. The most they did with tennis, take the tennis balls and they put them in their spokes on their bike. Yeah. Then nobody really had a racket like that. I got 2 rackets in my backpack. I got a bass clarinet, big ass suitcase, and then I'm on rollerblades, bro. Like people only know roller skates from the roller rink, right, skate king in the city, but like nobody's like really like embracing rollerblades. You look goofy as fuck, but I was like, bro, it's faster than walking. I got all the shit. It's easier to do this. So yeah, man, it was crazy, but we made it happen.
With all the instruments and stuff that you play and all the musical shit that Patrick does, I'm surprised y'all ain't put out like a big ass jam session or some shit like that yet. Because I think that'd be dope as fuck.
Yeah, man, I would love to. I actually haven't played my instrument. My last instrument I had, aside of like trying to learn the bass and the keyboard recently, was a tenor sax, and I sold that back when I moved to Glendale. So I sold that back in like 2011 or 2012. It might have been 2011 when I sold that. So I haven't played it. It'll take me a little bit to get the fingering back and figure out my runs and stuff like that. But I would be up for a jam section. But I talked to Pat, I think last week. This new Squadcast that's coming out on Monday. Y'all will see it. I talked about. I was like, bro, I'm going this vacation and I'm gonna write these verses. And I need somewhere to relay it down. Can I come to the studio? He was like, yeah, man, come on. So we might get a Pat feature in there, but we definitely gonna get some Pat production in there. So yeah, man, it's gonna happen for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, like y'all got so much together. It's one of those things. Like Kevin Hart has his shows that he does on his Heartbeat studio shit, right? Yeah. Like so he has everything, and everybody always in the comments like, oh, why the Rock ain't on it? Why the Rock? And it's like, that's clearly his homie, so he can grab the Rock at any given time. So that it's going to happen at some point. That's how I view you and Patrick. It's like both of y'all do music, both of y'all, got bars and are musically talented, but y'all do so much other stuff together that there's no rush to knock it out.
It ain't going nowhere. I mean, like low key, I might put a little money into this EP. Quiet as Kept. I've been in contact with Currency's camp. Contact with Freddie Gibbs camp. I would love to get D Smoke on there, but like at the same time, like I know he's doing his thing, and then I don't know what they're gonna charge me. However, he's not with TDE; he's with Empire, and one of my homies is the A&R at Empire. So I got a lot of contacts. Anaya from Instagram, she's a singer and she raps as well. Yep. But I also don't want it to be feature heavy. But I also understand, like if I want to get a couple looks, if I ever want to put out a real album, I got to have some notable people on there. So, we'll see. I'm still toying with the idea. I also toyed with the idea of like releasing a 3-part series and just do 5 songs for each EP and just do it like once a month. Just drop like 3 of them back to back to back like that. So we'll see. If I do it like that, then I'm definitely gonna get. If I do 15 songs, then I'll definitely get at least 5 features and do it like that. We'll see.
That'd be dope, man. Like I said, I'll definitely listen to it. I'm in the process of working on my 3rd joint as well.
Yeah.
Same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I got right now, I think the biggest draw on this one, I got a joint with Graph that I'm gonna put out.
Oh, nice.
You know what I'm saying? That was kind of the same thing as this. Been a fan of Graph for so long. Hit him
Mm-hmm.
up, like, let's go. I hit him up during COVID. This is like this is one of the things that I realized. I'm like, people got time during COVID.
Bro.
I'm able to reach people that I haven't been able to reach because they're not as busy as they are. But I'm like, I'm gonna take advantage of it, you know. So I'm gonna make sure that I bring it to as much as I can. And you know, we got a dope record, getting that mixed down now.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you something. You never know who's watching, bro. Like, cause everybody knows Jay Dilla. You know what I'm saying? We are all the fans of his beats and everything that he's put out. But you know, his brother raps, Illa J.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm a fan of him as well. And I've been talking with him too. Told him I want to get him on some stuff. And, you know, every contact that I meet, I'm not going to necessarily like pitch them for the whatchamacallit, but I like Illa J, he's a fan of the content. So I was like, I'll put you on the show. So I'm going to put him on one of the shows when I get back, figure out that. But like, it's also like, it's a fine line and reaching out to show your appreciation and also reaching out, you know, for a favor. Because I also understand, like, even though people don't have a whole lot to do, like, you know what I'm saying, like, sometimes people are like, yo, I gotta see the benefit in this for me. Sometimes it's about giving back. Sometimes it's about the benefit for them. So I don't hit everybody with it. Like, Luke, we do, me, Tony Baker, and Josh do Best Silent Listening Parties on Friday. And we've had a couple people reached out, like Katori Walker reached out. Who else? Odyssey actually pulled up as well. Katori came on, Odyssey pulled up. Lupe was in the comments. And I was Instagramming him like, yo, bro, pull up to, you know, you don't have to come on, just, you know, so he saw the live thread. And, you know, these are people who, you know, I would probably manifest the relationships with, but I wouldn't necessarily ask them right out the gate. I'm honored that they watch the content. They think it's, you know, cool enough to watch, you know what I'm saying? So we reached out to Rhapsody as well, because we did hers last week, the week before last. And of course, you know, I'm always a multi-alumni till I die. So Big Sant is one of the homies. I've been to a couple Crit concerts and been backstage and rock with him for a little bit. I would love to get him on the project, but also, man, I just like to be, you know, cool with people, man. Like, it ain't always that I need something. If, you know, they show interest, I might bring it up, but some people I'm not gonna lead with it. You know what I mean? I'm cool with being a fan of, but like working with Currency would be a dream for me. So I'm definitely gonna shoot the shot with that one. Same thing with Crit, but you know, like, I feel like Crit is like he's I don't know. I feel like it's harder for me to get in contact with Crit, but Currency is like it was pretty easy to get in contact. Plus, we've done so much stuff together already. You know, I interviewed him for Empire one time and a couple other things. So, you know, it was already kind of a relationship built in on that one.
Yeah, that's the same, you know, because like Crit's DJ, Wally Sparks is like my homie from back in the day. Like we did, I used to be on his mixtapes and shit like that. And it's funny because like when I tell people I know, they're like, "Oh man, why you ain't get shit with Crit?" I'm like, "Fam, I'm not about to hit him up, you know, about that." You know what I'm saying? Like when me and him chop it up, we chop it up, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if it comes up, you know what I'm saying? If he asks me something about it, then yeah. But I'm like, I value this relationship, this business relationship that I had with him for this time. I'm not gonna, you know, muck that up with just trying to, you know, always try to get a favor. Who's your favorite producer, just in general?
Oh man, shit. I love The Alchemist. Think he's one of the dopest, bro.
Yeah.
I love Heavy Fraud. I like Mike Will made it. Obviously Jay Dilla. Obviously Dre. Obviously Pharrell.
Yep.
Obviously old Kanye. Who else we got? What's the other guy that Currency always shouts out? I love 808 Mafia. I just like that vibe that 808 Mafia provides. My boy Reggie Wonder from over in London. Who else is rocking with? Just Blaze. Come on, man. Like he had the late 90s, early 2000s on lock, bro. Like Rockefeller was just untouchable when they was rocking with him. Swiss, of course. Yeah, man. I love Odyssey as well, man. Odyssey, he's a rapper and a producer, man. He makes some of the dopest beats, super chill beats as well. So I'm a fan of, you know, like a good vibe, man. It doesn't always have to be turn up music, but if we're going back to turn up music, shit, KLC on the beats from No Limit, bro. Like, come on, I'm like Manny Fresh, bro. Like, we can take it back, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a fan of it, dog.
Primo is my all-time favorite. That's my favorite.
Oh,
That's
oh man, Primo or Premier?
but Premier, DJ
Premier. Yeah.
That,
Oh yeah.
that would be my dream. Like if I was able, there's this dude from the city, my guy Scott Knox, and he got a beat from DJ Premier, and I'm just like, oh man, like he's the homie, but I'm like so envious of it. I'm like, I would love to get a Primo beat, DJ Premier. Like I would love, like I just love how he does the scratching and everything.
Yeah.
How he does like, the boom bap and the sound. Like it's just my favorite sound. I got this project that I'm working on called Dreams of Working with Primo. It's gonna be my free mixtape that I'm gonna put out. It might be like a 6-track mixtape that I put on it, and I'm just rapping over some Premier beats. But the one thing that I'm doing is I'm not picking like the main ones that people fuck with. The ones that hip hop heads fuck with, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, this is that one. But the like not the super mainstream one. So, but it's like it's one of those things that I'm like, yeah, that's my top person.
Yeah, you said Primo at first. I thought Premier, but I didn't know if it was another DJ or producer named Primo, and I didn't want to like be disrespectful. That's why I had to validate it. It's like, hey, you talking about Premier, right? Yeah, Premier is one of my favorites as well. He's Tony's. I'm gonna say he might be top 5 for Tony. He loves Premier, man. Oh, yeah. Tony is like he's a big fan of Premier. Really big fan of Premier.
Another funny hot take that you had that I thought that like I don't know if you and old boy ever put like worked on it or even furthered it, but you said that you would be annoyed being a Power Ranger.
Man, yeah. I'm still working that bit out because it's actually going to be a bit on stage. But I'm also thought about doing a show like behind the scenes or the real life of Power Rangers. And just have different people in the Power Ranger, but they would still have on the helmet so you wouldn't actually see the person. And everybody just play a different Ranger. But yeah, man, because it's like, I always thought that was so weird after the fact. I was like, yo, this is a small-ass town, Angel Grove, and this is where Rita Repulsa decided to start her royal domination. Like, bruh, come on, bruh. That's like her choosing Kankakee, Illinois to start her world domination. Like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? You build up a couple small cities and then you go for a big one like New York. But it's like, bro, Angel Grove? Y'all breaking buildings every fucking week, dog. Like, what is the city's budget that they can rebuild this often? All of these things I was thinking about. Like, where the fuck is this active volcano that the pterodactyl is coming out of? Like, I don't know.
My thing I always said about the Power Rangers, though, I love Power Rangers, grew up on it, but I'm just like, if you know Rita's at the moon, why wait till she attacked? Why are we not on the offense? Why are we always on the defense?
Bruh, so many questions. Like, how long did it take the Zords to actually get there? They summon it, like, tag down, and they just be like,
right, like you waiting for the bus, like,
yeah. Look, there's a lot of planes in the air right now, but like there's little shit that never got answered. Like those are all the questions that I want to either put in the set or put in the show. It actually might be a really good show. I'm gonna talk to my team. They actually just text me like, we got to meet tomorrow for some new show ideas, and then we're trying to package up. Wording is hard for this meeting with Netflix, so fingers crossed, man. We can get this shit, man.
Fingers crossed, man. I would love to see you on that Netflix screen. Like, you don't know how geeked I was when I saw you pop up on Insecure. I was like, oh yeah, it's here.
Yeah, man. And you know what's crazy about Insecure, bro? Like, I get recognized still more from All Def than Insecure. Yeah. Like when I was in London, people were stopping me like every 30 feet, but it was for All Def. Nobody recognized me from Insecure. Like it's a very direct age group that follows Insecure and like actually notices the people when they're in there. Right. Like, cause like I did 2 seasons, and in 2 seasons I did 2 episodes in each season. But one of the episodes on like the 3rd season, I was in the clip that was so fast. It was like we shot for a couple hours, but they only did like a montage of my clip. So it was like boom, 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 boom. I might have been on this one, then boom, boom, boom. So like you didn't really notice I was there unless you watched the credits and you saw my name because it went that fast. But I'm thankful for the relationships that I built with that, because like even with Zooming with the homies, I had the men of Insecure there. You had Neil, had Tristan, Clayton, Ryan Davis. Those 2 were my friends, but I only got cool from Tristan and Neil from Insecure. So, it was but even with Tristan reached out too. It was like, I reached out to him. It was like, yo, I'm a fan of your work, everything you did. And we just built a cool friendship up like out of that. He's probably the person I'm closest with now. And he's the newest that I built a relationship with. But it's just like, like the energy's right. He came into the studio. We shot an episode of Working Is Hard. And it was just a good vibe. And I was like, yeah, I reached out to him. I was like, bro, it's so hard to make friends after 30, especially like when you don't have a real job or you're not to school. It's hard to make like new friends. So I appreciate him just being a solid guy and being open to, you know, ideas and, you know, and being reciprocal with the energy. So, yeah, it was dope, bro.
Wording with Heart is such a dope concept because you took a joke, took something that, you know, that people would joke on you about and turned it to money. Like pretty much, like you turned it to an opportunity, you turned it to something that's so dope. And the concept is it's one of those concepts that like, which I know that I got faith in with Netflix, because I feel like if a white person would have did it, it would have been ABC, Ryan Seacrest, like, welcome to Wording's Got Hard. Like, I feel like, so it's like the fact that you thought of the idea and it came something from you is like, no, we got to see you on that screen because this is genuine, it's organic, it's grassroots, but it's so dope, you know what I'm saying? And then it's one of those things that is funny because like when they put it up, so I'm watching the show and I'm doing it with you, I'm just like, damn, I'm stumbling over these words too. Like some of this shit.
We're working on the app right now. We're working with like 4 developers to get the app going, man, and figure out the easiest and the best way for people to do it. But we already got expansion packs, man. We got Word Is Hard, the medical edition with all medical words. We got Word Is Hard, the law edition with all law words. You know, we got, you know, we're gonna have probably a down south version and things of that nature. But you know, I'm trying to expand, bro. It's not just about like, I always think like you got to chase the goals, not the money. You know what I'm saying? Because the money gonna come, bro. I ain't never really been pressed for money. Like, I grew up poor, so I know what that's like. If shit get hard, I know how to make a can of ravioli stretch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can make that shit happen. So I never chase the money. The money just comes along with it. And it's a great benefit. I mean, fantastic benefit. It afforded me this vacation. You know what I'm saying? But the money is never the main objective. Building something and ownership, because I've had like three companies approach me and want to buy Word Is Hard from me, you know, get all the rights, and they wanted to license it. And it's just like, if the paperwork ain't right, I don't care how much money you're offering. It's got to be right, man. And also, it's this is my intellectual property. I want to own this. You know what I'm saying? Even if I license it, you still gonna see my name on it. You're gonna see my face attached to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I'm not about just chasing that quick buck. It's like with Master P, he's like, this white man is offering me $1 million, you know, $10 million. For I know the company is worth much more. So like don't chase that money, bro. That money gonna come. That shit gonna come, bro.
You gotta watch that documentary, bro. Like, when you watch Master P, he details it, like how like he went in and offered him the $1 million. He was like, if it's worth the $1 million, it's probably worth way more than that. And so he had to pay Michael Jackson's lawyer $250,000 to even just talk with him. And he talked to him and said, look, this is what you need. You need a distribution deal. And go with that. You know, he said you get 80, they get 20, and they go from that part, right? And so like what was dope was like, even then, like he was like, when he came up with the idea, like, I'm gonna put out an album every week for a whole year, the label was like, no, you can't do that. And then he was in the meeting and he was like, then I realized, like, I own 80 of this shit. He said, I stood up and said, y'all think y'all right because y'all white. It ain't like that. I'm gonna put it out. Y'all just got to deal with it. And he said, that's how it was. And I'm just like, bro, Master P out here flexing, bro. Like,
you got to understand, like, that's where the power lies, man, in majority stake, man. That's why a lot of companies stay private for so long, because you want to have your people on your board of directors, so you know you're not getting screwed out of something. Like, you got the majority belonging to a group of people that don't like necessarily have the same vision as you. All they're thinking about is the money aspect. And it's good to have a difference of opinion, you know what I'm saying? Never saying that ain't good, but it's also like, bro, like, this is my dream. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at it from a monetary aspect, which I appreciate, but it's also, you got to understand, like, it's not always about the money. Like, one of the companies I talked to that said wanted to package me, and they were telling me about all the people that they have on their roster that they can probably get me to work with. And I was like, I don't really care about them people. Like, I don't watch a lot of them because I don't know them. And I don't ever want somebody to be like, yo, he did this joke like me. He watched my videos. Like, nah, you never be able to say that because I don't even know who you are. So for me, it's just got to be the right deal. It's got to be the right energy, and the money gonna come, bro. Like I ain't never worried about the money. Plus, I don't want a whole lot. Like my favorite thing to buy are old schools. I buy them, fix them up, and sell them. Like I'm going to pick up my other one tomorrow, man. Like I that's what I like. I don't like I don't need no foreigns and all of that shit.
Yeah.
I don't need all the exclusive J's and all. I got the ones that I want. I really don't even have room for any more shoes, dude. Like I'm in 2 different closets with shoes, so I don't have room for other shoes. So it's not much that they can dangle in front of me to like get me to take the first thing that comes along. Like I'm straight, my family's straight, my taxes is paid.
Bang. That's the big part right there.
It's about expansion. It's about making my name a household name, bro. Like that's really what it's about. And then also like opening the doors for other people. You know what I'm saying? Like what Kev is doing, like now Kev, when he books us, he's able to pay us a little bit because, you know, people have invested in him. So he's able to continue to sow seeds amongst us. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to start.
I want to do that so bad, bro. I want to be able to pay people to, you know what I'm saying? We got a team of 4 for a geek set. And one of my biggest goals, right, I'm like, you know, like I got this whole plan of like how I think that things can happen, but my goal is to put money in their pockets. Like it's outside, like this is my dream, it's something I want to do, but like I want to like put money in their pockets. And luckily I built some good relationships with some people. Like I got a homie who he worked on the website of Vice.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's part of like Vice TV. And I remember like joking with him, you know, just like when Deuces and Mero went to Showtime. I'm like, hey man, y'all looking to fill that slot. You look like Geek Set got you, right? But joking around. And then at that time he was just barely new. But then like probably like before COVID hit, he hit me up. He was like, hey, do you actually got like a plan of action, like a pitch? And I was like, I can get one. And then he was like, yeah. He's like, put it together. He was like, because, you know, they are looking for more slots and more shows. And he was like, I like what y'all doing. He's like, actual fan of the show. But it was like, I came up with this idea and I'm just like, oh, this is how it can work. And this is how it is. So it's just like, but it's like, that's my motivation. My motivation is I want to be successful myself, but like what I think it was Drake that said, no, Cole, he was like, what's the point of first class if my niggas can't sit? Like, what's the point of me being here if I can't have my peoples here with me? And, you know, and that's one of the things that I do love about y'all crew is like, you know, when everything happened with All Dev Digital at the first go around, how Kev kept y'all around and y'all was like a family. And so it was dope to see, you know, Meg, you, Tony, you know, Teddy, Doe, like everybody still together. And then, you know, even when All Dev came back, it's like, well, we're bringing back the original cast, but y'all still rocking on Kev on stage. And then now everybody else is doing it. You know, now you got yours, you know, the Scary Squad and everything that you and Patrick is doing. And then, you know, your Moore fam, like everything that you are doing and just still seeing that rocking. It's like I'm invested in that, you know, like I said, I feel like I'm a part of it, even though I'm not a part of it, because I've been there for that whole ride, you know.
Absolutely, man. It's important to have like-minded people around you, and you notice, you know what I'm saying, you see the ones who are constantly in videos, like even if they weren't a part of the original squad, you see the people that we bring back. So, you know, it's like-mindedness that keeps them there. And, you know, it's not just the talent, and a lot of people have to understand, like, you could be the most talented person ever, but if you don't got the business aspect down, you know, that's gonna ultimately hinder you from advancing, because like the talent that might get you in the door, but the business is what's gonna keep you on that stage. You know what I'm saying? Like the funniest motherfucker ain't shit if he can't be on time, or if he always going up drunk, or he don't have a real set, but he's just funny. He can't rock a clean crowd. If you can't rock a clean crowd for 45 to an hour, you're not gonna really make it as a touring comic, because you can. I'm not gonna say you're not gonna make it as a touring comic. I'm just gonna say you'll leave money on the table if you don't have a clean set, if you don't have a family-friendly set or something that you could do on TV. You always have to have a TV set. I mean, at least 30 minutes, because if somebody comes, you know, they got to be able to see what you can do. And 30 minutes is going to matter. So, you know, you can just focus on one group, but you're limiting yourself and you're also leaving money on the table. That's why I read this article on why Porsche did the Panorama and why they did the Cayenne and why they did the other smaller one. Like, they were a company that was doing well already. You didn't see a lot of commercials from them because they had like a certain market that they were appealing to. But they're like, bro, we're leaving so much money on the table because our fans of the brand are growing up and they're having kids. And they want to be able to still drive a Porsche. So they came out with the Panorama. You know what I mean? So now you got to force it in Porsche. You know, and then they came out with the Cayenne. So now you got a sports utility vehicle Porsche, but you still got the emblem. You still got that brand recognition. So if you're leaving money on the table because you're resistant to change, not only are you hindering yourself, but you're also going to eventually become obsolete. It's like with BlackBerry. BlackBerry resisted to the bitter end to come out with a touchscreen phone. And when they came out with it, it was hella buggy. It didn't have an app store, so they had to link with Android because they resisted for so long. And BlackBerry at one time was the leader in technology when it came to phones. RIM products were on top, but you resisted change. And when you resist change, this is what happens, man.
Yeah.
This is what happens.
I got 2 more questions, and then just one thing is one of the things that I really was like, oh, I gotta talk to Tahir, and I think I tweeted you about it, is we both rock with Tahir Moore. Like, that is my drink. And it's funny because like it wasn't until I've been doing this podcast for 3 years, and I got introduced on the very, very first episode of doing this podcast with my guys, and like they introduced me to it, and since then that's been like the Geek Set staple drink. Like that's been the drink. So I was like, oh, I gotta talk to bro because that's mutually whiskey brother. But one thing I wanted to ask you, so I usually do what I call a top 5, right? Just in general top 5. But I want to kind of switch it up because I got an idea that I wanted to get your thoughts on. So because you have a good knowledge of this geek culture and stuff like that, comic books, video games, things like that. So if you had to do a Zoom in with the homies with somebody from comic books or video games, who would be your people that you would put in your Zoom in with the homies?
Oh shit, man. Fill 4 slots because that's typically what I have on there. Definitely would want to have Batman on there. I think he's just, so mysterious, but also like so grand. It would be dope to get him on there. Who else? I would have to have Mario on there because I gotta really ask him, like, bro, like what's up with you and the princess, bro? What's up with you and Peach? Like you trying to keep her and she don't want to be killed because don't nobody keep getting caught that much, bro. Like you got to see the signs, like the writing's all on the wall, bro. She really fucking Bowser, bro. Right. Then she playing victim when she get over there. Like you got to keep it funky. So I got to get Mario on there just to find out the true story behind that. What else? Deadpool, just because I feel like he would be great comic relief. Yep. And he would he would start some shit. Like I feel like he would start some shit with Batman enough to like keep shit going. Mm-hmm. And then last person would be who would I want? Maybe I feel like Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy, because she would be somebody I feel like that would be strong enough to hold it down against the guy's ego, and that I feel like Gamora would be good with that.
That'd be a dope Zoom in with the homies, bro. That would.
Yeah, it'd be fire, man. They be talking about the shit, all the adventures they've been on, bro. That man talk about Joker, be like, yeah, man, this motherfucker just won't stop, man. Like, bro, how many times do I have to foil your plans for you to realize I'm not gonna let that shit go down? I think.
All right. So, top 5 roast towards you. So, like, I know y'all roast, but what was the top 5 one that you was like, that motherfucker got me? That was a good one,
bro. Well, first of all, I'm gonna go back even before roast me. I had a homie named Drew. We used to work at White Castle together. Yep. This nigga told me, he used to always call me baby teeth. He told me I put the ridges on ketchup packages at White Castle. He said that's the only reason that they hired me. He said my little teeth, like that shit had me dead. And this is well over 10 years ago when he told me this shit, and I still remember to this day. And I call him like, nigga, remember when you told me? Bro, I never got over that shit. So that's one of them. Damn. This one wasn't against me. I think this one might have been against Doe or something, or CP said it to somebody in the green room, but he told somebody that they go and get a 6-piece Whopper, like a chicken nugget. I was like, nigga, what? That shit, oh man, I was undone at the seams when I heard that shit. I never heard no shit like that. A 6-piece Whopper meal. What's another one? There's been so many against me, dog. I know it was one with Ham that I can't remember, but they replaced something with Ham, and it's just, bro, it's been so many, I can't even remember all the fucking roast against me. It's some good ones. I know you got some.
Y'all rapid fire so much. It's even like with what's funny, like even the last Great Taste where y'all was like seemingly like, you know, y'all was singing each other's praises. It's so natural that it's almost like y'all can't even stay on track with that. It's just like, oh, I see this opportunity. All right, let me just take it real quick. Like,
Great Taste turned into Roast Me Light because like it started up with us just talking about the items or whatever the topic was, but then it just like it started, you know, it just naturally, because we were, like I said, we would shoot like 4 Great Tastes before we shot Roast Me. So niggas was just revving up, like warming up to get ready for Roast Me because they know that shit was coming. So it was just like, all right, well, let's get it going here. So it was, man, it was fun, but it was also like damaging to your confidence.
But that's the same thing with Squadcast. Squadcast started off as just a regular versus, but now we just tune in to hear y'all talk because y'all just be chatting it up and it's dope, you know. And I think that you know that's also one of the draws from Zooming with Homies. Zooming with Homies is like a long Squadcast, and it's funny because it's like those videos are 2-3 hours, and I'm watching them like, you know, I'm playing the game, I'm playing GTA, I got it playing in the background. It's like that's my talk radio.
I never listen to talk radio. I've never listened. I don't even really watch my stuff that I film. Like I didn't watch Insecure for a while. The only reason I saw some of it was because I had to have it for my reel. My crazy ex-girlfriend didn't watch my episode. Speechless didn't watch my episode. Commercials I never see because I don't have like regular TV. I only stream stuff. So I don't watch any of my own content. The only reason I look at some of Damn Internet You Scary and Squadcast is for quality control before I post it. But even then, I miss some of that. The people have caught me when I've done the ads, and I had to do a retake because I forgot to cut that part out, bro. Because I don't watch myself like that. I hate watching myself. I hate hearing my voice. So yeah, man, I don't watch a lot of my stuff, bro. So like I never would have thought somebody would want to hear me talk with my friends for like 2 hours. Like that shit still blows my mind. Like I still don't see myself as as I am, I guess now. I still see myself as dude from East St. Louis, bro. Like, I'm that nigga. I eat catfish with pickles and onions, bro. And then put the hot sauce on it, tear a piece of bread up. Like, I'm a real nigga, bro. Like,
I said, no matter what, no matter how famous and successful I get, I will never stop putting hot sauce on Doritos. Like it's shit like that I'm like, that's always in me, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so last thing, one thing that we do always is we do a recommendation to the viewers, right? Something that they should either check out, watch, read, whatever the case may be. What is a recommendation you would like to give to our viewers?
I'm listening to this book now. It's called The Big Leap. It's basically stop holding yourself back, step into your greatness. He talks about how, you know, we'll have a great accomplishment or accomplish a big goal, and we won't relish in that moment. Instead, we'll start thinking about, you know, why we didn't deserve it or something we could have did better, or something, basically just self-sabotaging yourself. And it's basically talking about how to get out of your own way to achieve that greatness. That's one book. One album would be Outrunners by Currency. Got a lot of great tracks on there. Golden Chrome is one of the standout tracks. He got Ross on there. He got Jim Jones on there. It's a great album, really like, and it's actually relevant to the time. He's talking about COVID and, you know, how one of his homeboys he had saw, and then a month later he found out that dude had fallen ill, and this is very early in COVID. So he was like, he's young, he's not, you know, super susceptible, and he doesn't have any pre-existing conditions, so he should be straight. And then they found out homie died. So like, it's very relevant to the times. And then it's Currency, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Movie-wise, Netflix original, The Old Guard, fire. Downloaded that, watched it on the plane. I was like, oh, shit. It starts a little slow. You be like, what the fuck is this? And then it be like, that first action scene, you be like, oh, this is about. So, Old Guard. And then Up Shit's Creek is another great one on Netflix for a show recommendation. Very funny, very dry, quick-witted humor. Didn't even realize there was a mom from Home Alone and same mom from Beetlejuice. I didn't realize the dad, but that's her. Okay. Yeah, man, it's a great show, very fun. And then I will always recommend to Black people, watch Archer, bro. Archer is so fucking good, bro. It's very quick. The jokes are very quick. They do a lot of phrasing, but it's such a well-written show, so funny. And I feel like until we start embracing stuff like this or looking at stuff like this and then creating stuff like this, we're always going to be left from that table when these talks are happening. So they have one Black character on Atlanta Kane, but there could be so many more. And it's always like the same thing with like Superbad and Hangover. Like, you know, the one Black person, there were only like 3 or 4 Black people in Hangover. The Black female cop, Mike Epps, who happened to be a drug dealer. I think it might have been one other person, but it's like, bro, that movie it's one of my favorite movies. That and Superbad, one of my favorite comedies, 2 of my favorite comedies, but there's not a lot of Black people in it. We're always left out of those conversations because they, you know, maybe they think we don't like that type of humor, but bro, that shit's hilarious, bro. So like, you know, do research on these things. Everything I named for you for the most part, outside of Currency, is a predominantly white show, so we can get hip to this type of stuff so we can start creating our own. You know what I mean? So just throwing that out there, you know what I'm saying? Get hip to it.
That's dope. That's dope. All right. Well, man, I do, again, appreciate your time, especially with you on that vacation, man.
Yeah, man.
Everything. The conversation was dope. Where can my people find you at, man?
Oh, man, I'm easy. Just my name, Tahir Moore, TahirMoore. It's on Twitter. It's my handle on Instagram. It's my handle on Facebook. My fan page on Facebook is The Tahir Moore, but everything else is just Tahir Moore. YouTube, Tahir Moore. My link tree is on Twitter and on Facebook. I'm sorry, on Twitter and on Instagram. And that'll give you all the links to everything I got going on. Damn Internet, You Scary, More Mobs, Scary Squads, Patreon, my YouTube page, and my digital store. So you got everything you need. You just go to my Instagram and just hit that link tree. You got everything. You feel?
Dope. All right, well, again, this is the Geek Set Podcast, the only podcast that blend hip-hop culture and geek culture together. I'm your boy Deuces, and that has been Tahir Moore. Hey, man.
You like that video? Man, thank you for watching. We truly appreciate it. We got so many more videos on our page, so make sure you check them out over here. Hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell so that way you can always be notified anytime we release a new video. You already know how Geek Set get down. We got so much coming for y'all, man. Check it out. Stay in tune.
There was a time where hip-hop culture and geek culture were at odds.